Hey guys, SMD here with a replay analysis from Group A of the TI7 group stages. This game will be Team Secret versus Infamous, and this is game 1 of the 2-game series, and after this I'll go over game 2, and this is going to be a video of not really focused on a specific hero, just me giving my overall thoughts of how this 2-game series played out, and what I think both teams could have done differently. Well, here we are getting into game 1. So Batrider, Night Stalker bans, pretty standard, pretty good heroes. Fear unbanned. I'm not sure if Seeker's been playing it, but maybe Infamous doesn't like playing against that hero. Darkseer is also really annoying to play against, and I've seen Kazu play it quite a bit over the past year or whatever. I'm not sure if they've been picking a lot recently though. I don't see that hero quite often. Or I don't see that hero a lot, I guess. Nick's first pick is pretty standard. I see Yapster playing that a lot. Void first pick is kind of odd, and this is like the first big thing that I saw with this game that like, just from watching, I watched this game live, and when I saw the first pick Void, I was just really confused. Because I feel like when you're sort of the underdog in this game, and for sure Infamous is the underdog here, like, let's just go over their players. King Tekka's never played in anything that big, Matthew's never played in anything that big, Tomato hasn't played in anything that big either, but like, he's sort of like traveled to play Dota in the way, he like moved to US and played on Team Freedom and lived in a team house with them and stuff, so he's probably used to playing outside of his comfort zone, kind of. Acel is like the big player here that's played in other things. He played in the Frankfurt Major in 2015, I believe is when that was. And then he's like the only South American to play in 2 Valve events. SG and Unknown and now Infamous are the only 3 teams. And I don't think any players have ever played in a Valve event on like some NA team or anything. It's just been only South American. Like, it's been every South American player who's played in a Valve event was on like a full South American team is what I'm trying to say. And then, yeah, so Acel played in Frankfurt and now he's playing on Unknown and now he's playing for Infamous and TI7. And Benjaz is their carry player, and I don't think he's played in anything really either. But in my opinion though, from like watching these players in pubs, like since I'm an NA player, they're sort of an NA team, they play on NA pubs or SA team, you know. But I feel like Benjaz is sort of their star player, and I feel like he doesn't really play that well when he's not on something he's comfortable. And the heroes I see him playing a lot and playing well would be like Anti-Mage, Juggernaut, and Terrorblade. So I was kind of expecting them to get him one of those in the series, but you'll see what happened really. You'll see what happened, I guess. And but for this game, Nyx and Storm is a little odd, I'd say. Nyx makes sense. The Yapster plays a lot of Nyx. Mana Burn's a good spell. They first picked it, so they didn't really do it as a counter or anything. The Storm second pick, not too sure. Maybe they think it's good versus Void. The time dilation doesn't matter that much, and he can dodge Chronos. Maybe is their thought behind it or something. And Elder Titan too. You can dodge with a Stomp, maybe with Storm, and it's no like real disable yet. So they may think the Storm is good here. The ult has no cooldown, so like, yeah, the time dilation isn't that good. Then they ban Necro versus Secret, which I think is a pretty good ban. I see MP playing a lot of Necro, and Storm's kind of a heavier late game oriented mid, like more of a 1-position mid hero. So they might get and they do that a lot anyways for MP. They'll pick him not really a 1 hero, they'll pick him a 2 hero. And in this game though, they do sort of pick MP, another hard carry as well, but you'll see that. And then yeah, so no lockdown. And this is a little open-ended. They end up doing an offlane Elder Titan, so I guess it's sort of hidden. It could be an offlane Void or a carry Void here. Even a mid Void kind of, potentially, I've seen a few times in the past. And then Elder Titan could be offlane or a support, I guess. And I don't know, a long time ago mid used to be a thing or whatever, but like, that's the thing on drafts. You want to leave your early picks open-ended. So right now, it's a Storm mid for sure, basically. And so that's why they got the Quap, because it's going to be a Quap mid most likely as well. Because that hero doesn't do that well in offlane and high level in my opinion. Or safe lane really anymore. It used to, I guess, but that was when like you could buy Null from the side shop and stuff. And without that, Quap sort of died off when they removed that. And then the Shaker could be offlane or support or mid. The Storm is mid though, so I guess he can't be mid this game. And Nyx can play offlane or support. And these are probably not their dual supports, so now it's kind of known that one of these is going to be their offlane. And on Infamous's team, we know that Quap's mid, and now we know Rubik's going to be a support, and one of the other 2 could be offlane. The Void could also be carry. And Viper, I believe Tomato's like main heroes are Viper and Queen of Pain. I think he played those in the qualifiers like every game. He played Alina, he played a Death Prophet, he's played Ember. Oh, his Ember was really good too. Whoops, spoilers, that's the next game where he played Ember. He played his really well in the next game. But it seemed pretty good. Viper, Potom, SF, Quap. Plays like all the common mid heroes, Silencer here and stuff. But looks like Lina Quap and Viper are his like favorites recently, so that's why they banned the Viper here. He's played Silencer before too, and it can be annoying for the Storm, so it could have been a mid Silencer, and it can also go support or whatever. And then they banned Drow because it will give Storm damage, I guess. It's good for grouping around. Maybe they play a lot of Drow, I'm not too sure. Yeah, but so they know Rubik's support. One of these is probably offlane or carry. Quap's mid. So now you know that Team Secret has to get a carry now, because the Storm's probably mid, Shaker's offlane or support, Nyx is probably offlane or support, Coddle's for sure support, and for the Dire they need an offlane or a carry potentially, is what you would think. I mean, not an offlane, they need a support or a carry is what you would think, because it could be offlane or carry Void, or support, or offlane Elder Titan. So, if they want support Elder Titan, they would need a carry, because it would be offlane Void. Infamous knows Secret needs a carry though, so they banned the Bloodseeker because they thought it would be good against their heroes, I guess. Not too sure why. I feel like they got decent heroes versus Bloodseeker, but sort of similar to the Storm, he can avoid the like stomp easily with his move speed. And yeah, I don't know. Infamous's draft is really confusing because as you see, they ended up banning an offlane hero thinking it would be an offlaner, and King Tekka plays a lot of Legion Commander, so they banned the Legion Commander. Secret looks like they've done their research here. So they banned the Legion Commander thinking it's an offlane hero, then they end up picking a Riki, making it a Elder Titan offlane. So this is what I really want to talk about from the draft. They had 20th pick. They could have counterpicked the PL with something. I want to rewind this a bit. They banned the Legion, so yeah, because they thought they needed an offlaner that counters PL, so they banned the Legion. They could have like picked Sven here or something. Like, I don't know, yeah, I think they could have picked like Sven instead of Void. It doesn't do like that well versus Shaker. They have lots of disables and stuff, but I don't know, it's just weird. Like, they first picked their carry when they had last pick. Normally you want to use your last pick for either your mid or your carry. A lot of times what will happen is the team without last pick will pick their mid, because the enemies will have 2 picks to counteract it anyways. Like, you're going to get your mid counterpicked anyways, so you'll just pick your mid before your last pick and save your last pick for like your carry. That's what they did in this game, kind of. They second picked their mid, but like instead of Coddle, they could have done Storm there. If you have second to last pick, it doesn't matter which order you pick your last 2 heroes in, basically, because you're going to get a ban and then you pick anyways. So it's probably better to pick the like core that you're like more. If you think they're going to ban one of the cores, then you want to pick it first, because you get a ban anyways to ban a hero that's good versus your hero. Yeah, so they last picked the support though, which I think is really weird. They first picked Benjaz, who I feel like is their player they should be playing around, as I mentioned before. He plays a good Terrorblade, Anti-Mage, and Jug, and I feel like you should last pick him like whatever hero he thinks is best for his game. I guess since it's sort of a smaller hero pool, you want to secure his hero early on, but with the first pick Void, I just think it's really bad. Like, and then they last pick a Riki for whatever reason, and you'll sort of see what I mean with that, the Void, and you'll sort of see the Riki's impact too, how it works out. See Puppy smokes mid, he doesn't TP, he wards, his smoke doesn't get broke, he walks around, Riki's trying to scout it, Riki places a ward of his own, he sees people, he pings them out, they have detection on the Nyx, they have detection on the Shaker has a stout shield, he's offlane, Coddle pulled tangos, pulled a tango, Nyx pulled a tango. You see that mid one's actually doing this weird build here, where he like kind of rushes bottle but buys a lot of stats in his own set of regen. That's because he doesn't want to use the courier to get a salve or anything, because the Riki could be camping it, and it's also because Quap is a hard matchup for Storm, so he doesn't want to buy the Null Talisman and then delay his bottle too much. And yeah, that's basically why he's doing that, in my opinion, I guess. That's why I think he's doing that. Pretty standard stuff on Tomato for mid. Orb of Venom on the Riki. He pulled both tangos to the mid for the Rubik. And yeah, the Elder Titan offlane, which is odd. So it's like, I don't know, they could have just like first picked the LC or something, a hero I see King Tekka play a lot, and then that sort of denies this PL in the end, and I think LC is even kind of good versus Storm. But they end up first picking their carry, and it's a carry I've never seen Benjaz play. I just find that really odd. And here you see mid one's going to place a sentry in his trees here in a second. So when he hits the Riki places one, and his is in the tree, so Riki has to walk around and tango it. And now mid's just super good for him. He gets the extra tango regen. His sentry's still down, but he doesn't have a sentry in this area, which is kind of bad in a way. But he's just gonna play in this area more, where his sentry is, and he almost got this ward, which would have been like super nice for him if he placed it here, which is another common spot. So just like this ward is a kind of bad idea, since this is another common spot I see sentries for the mid lane. They'll put it right where my cursor is, and then I would have seen this. So a little odd ward placement here coming out. I don't think that was that good. And yeah, just gonna watch the mid lane for the beginning. So Ricky can't really harass him or anything because he's just playing in this area that the sentry is in. As you see, he's trying to play in this area, and he has the Nyx here anyways with the dust. So if the Ricky comes up and overextends, he's just gonna get low. He's mana burning the Quap. That's what you do on Nyx with your versus. I've seen people do it versus Agi heroes too, like TAs and stuff. So we can't really refract or use refraction anymore. But you just skill that and mana burn them. He's harassing the Quap with his E charges. Quap has no mana regen. I feel like he could have maybe got a clarity instead of another branch, because he's going to tango 2 branches, and then he could have a clarity if the Nyx ever leaves to get his mana back. And what does he have in courier? They've got another sentry, 2 sentries. They take 1 and top takes 1 because they missed the D ward on the camp. Yeah. Did not mean to ping, I was trying to highlight things there. Don't look at that. Yeah, but Ricky's having a hard trouble harassing here, and he's taking a lot of the experience from the Quap. Nyx is as well from the Storm though, but they're probably focusing more on denying too. Let's see, 4, the supports 1, so they've got like 1 more deny. So not, I feel like on the mids, denying a lot, like on these lane mids that are more common, the denies are really important. Here Tomato's getting dove, he salves to sort of heal, he places the branch to block the path, and they end up actually killing the Nyx. And here, I'm just going to go over the mid lane a bit, but a little faster. I'm just going to redo the whole mid lane, but on a little more fast speed, and just sort of watch what the Ricky's doing. So he doesn't take the rune or anything, he walks over here. He's not going to try to kill the courier because he saw that he bought his own regen, so he knows he's probably not sending out any regen. So he's going to try to come harass him. He's probably invis, by the way, it's probably a replay button. And he comes over, he hits him once from the front, does not get the ward, the sentry ward off. So he's hit the Storm once now. He's hit the Storm twice now with Orb of Venom from the front. Now let's see the Nyx's impact. He W's the Queen of Pain, and now the Queen of Pain. Here, let's just check. He W's the Queen of Pain, loses 115 mana, and takes like 40 damage. I don't know. So that's like as much damage already as the Ricky's done. The Nyx lost no HP, used mana obviously, but Ricky doesn't have any spells to use mana yet. So he's hit the Storm twice from the front, and got his sentry ward dewarded, and he's been taking some experience. Now let's just see what he does. So Nyx just got a deny on a creep. He's taking experience too, but there he goes. The motto's out of mana. He's hit the Nyx once from the back and once from the front. He's hit 4 times. And that's just sort of the heroes too in this patch. Alright, there's a 5th hit the Nyx 3 times. Hit the Storm twice. He's hit 1 hero from the back, I think. He sees Nyx's claritying. Look at that too! Just look how the Nyx is standing under the under where the sentry vision is while he's claritying. He sees this guy come. He doesn't want his clarity to get popped. He wants to spam his W. He hits the Storm again from the... Let's see. From the back. Alright, so he's hit Storm from the back once and from the front twice, and same with Nyx. And now he just leaves after taking an entire level of his experience. It's going to be less for the Quap. And now Quap, they try to dive Quap, because even if Ricky is here, he's pretty useless, and maybe they knew he left or something. But here they go, they try to dive him, and they almost get him to. The salve maybe helped out, maybe didn't. I think he would have lived anyways, because he didn't get hit, I don't think, after he salved at all. But whatever, he branches too. And I guess it saved his salve from getting popped, so he doesn't have to back any. And then they kill him. But like, that was just because they dove. Like, the Ricky's impact here was way less than the Nyx's, as you just like saw me going over. And I think that's just sort of the hero matchup, and the fact that mid 1 just outplayed him with his sentry ward placement. And this ward placement's pretty bad too, because if the sentry's here, they can get the ward easily too. And the Nyx is just mana burning the Quap, and they picked Quap into Nyx Storm too. So they sort of knew that would be their like dual lane, because they first picked their dual lane mid. And Nyx is usually support, especially on Yaps, right, I think. And then Storm's like always going to be mid. And they used their last pick for this Ricky too. Keep that in mind, that was their last pick. So they could have picked a hero that could like help this lane more, or just they could have sacked the lane and done a hero that is going to win somewhere else, but he's just sitting mid doing nothing. And I'm going to start to fast forward and just look away from the mid lane for now. In the bot lane, I thought this lane would be Shaker favored. My friends, when I was watching this, thought it would be Elder Titan favored, but might be around the time too, and I said, like, just look though, Elder Titan's already out of mana, so what's he going to do now? Like, Shaker's going to have 2 in his E now, and that's what I said. I said for the first levels, I think Elder Titan's favored, but after Shaker gets level, like, 3, 4, 5, he's going to have extra points in the Aftershock and be able to harass. But he actually does end up dying here. He gets dove here. He buys an Orb of Venom and Boots, I believe. I don't think he had those before. Let me check real quick. Yeah, he buys those both at the same time, knowing that the Shaker's low on mana too, and Shaker has no mango like him, so he wants to buy both of those. And then, whoops. Here, we'll play your perspective into this, I guess. So he buys, oh my god. Yeah. So he has a mango and a fairy fire. He buys both of his items that he wants, and then he starts hitting the guy. He sees that he has no mana, keeps right-clicking him, does a lot of damage, had his W on the creeps and the hero, getting a lot of damage coming out from it. He mangos to get the extra damage and spirits, and he kills him. And now he's low though. Let's see if... So Shaker's now going to TP back into the lane though with full mana. Let's see what King Tekka ends up doing. Walks all the way home, it looks like. Gets the bounty rune on his way. Storms out CSing the Quap by a lot. Now he's winning CS on bot because he died, and now he's full mana and he's back. And he's going to get a... No, I thought he'd get more experience from this, but I guess he got the kill experience. And was slightly out CSing before he left, but he's missing out on so much on this guy. The Shaker gets to instantly come back to the lane because he was dead, and he's full mana, full HP at home. He's pushing the wave out right now, I guess, don't know why really. CSing, maybe he just wanted to get as much CS as he could before the guy got back because he thought it'd be hard to lane versus him. Maybe he'll do a side pull or something now, I don't know. He's just sort of walking around, don't understand the reasoning of really pushing the lane out if you're not going to go for a side pull or anything. He now has more points in his E. I feel like this lane is pretty good for him now. He has Tranquil Boots now on Elder Titan. He has a Slow Ring flying out for Earthshaker. He got a stick because he's spamming a lot of his W's, I guess. Shaker's way out CSing him now though because he died and spawned. Let's check net worth actually because there. So even though he got the kill, all that wasted time from going here all the way to the rune, all the way to base, and then TPing after he heals, this guy ends up having more net worth than him, even though the Elder Titan got a solo kill on the Shaker. It doesn't matter, because he got the free lane when the guy was gone. But I mean, it's still close though, or whatever, and he has slightly more experience because of the kill going his way as well. But yeah, I feel like when King Tekka was walking back to base, what Kazu should have been doing was denying the wave, because I don't get why he pushed it out, because he didn't do a side pull or anything. And if he's denying his creeps and keeping the wave here, it's harder for the Riki to come and gank him or anything. But I think the Quap was just here too, right? I'm not blind, am I? Yeah, so the Quap was... Oh no, his Nyx was here. Whoops, they're both similar colors on the minimap, my bad. But if he kept the wave here, there'd be like no chance of him getting ganked either. And this gank that his Nyx just tried to do would be easier if the wave was here too, but when it's here it becomes harder. And he gets more experience from denying his own creeps too, so I think that was a little weird that he tried to push the lane up. But yep. So this lane looks pretty won also. I mean, I don't know, this lane's even. Not one, I'll say. This lane's even. Because Shaker got the experience when they were gone. Here, let's just see this engagement real quick, I guess. Nothing happens. Okay. So let's look at the top lane now. PL has an Aquila flying out at 6 minutes. That's fine. He went for the poor man's this game. His build's pretty different than I did in my PL course. So I didn't choose to do a replay analysis of the PL only in this game. But I'm doing an overall game analysis for this. Sports are smoking. Let's see what they do. Nyx is already in position for this. The Earth Splitter and pull into slow. That was a pretty good combo they did there. I think Kezu ends up living if I remember correctly though. And Matthew ends up living too. No, I thought he lived in my mind. Yeah, but he gets Lance. So nice TP by MP. Gonna get at least a kill. Has another Lance coming up. Gonna get another kill with it. The Ranger up blocking a lot of damage. Tries to go for the suicide, but he can't. So Nyx in the right place. PL with a good TP. But let's just think of the top lane like I was going to say. So the Void is actually even with the PL. One more deny now. But it doesn't really matter. My friends... Alright. So my friends... One of them's pretty bad. And he was he thought this was going to just be a casual ring of health. And I was rooting for Benjaz and this and stuff. And I was like, I will never watch another Benjaz game if he never does anything with it, right? Because it's what is it? 850 gold? 850 gold. that, I don't know, like if you just sell it, you know, like that's what casual means to me. I was like, and I said one of his first 2 items is going to be doing something with his Ring of Health, and like treads don't count as an item and stuff. He was trying to be nitpicky with the argument, but I said one of his first 2 items is going to do something with the Ring of Health, like whether it's a Lincoln's, Battle Fury, Vanguard, Hood. That's what we thought would be really good. Me and my friends were saying Hood would be really good versus their heroes, but Helmet of Dom too is common on offlane Void lately, I've been seeing. But Lincoln's would make sense, Battle Fury, whatever, I guess. Vanguard would make sense, Hood would make sense. Helm would make kind of sense, I guess. And yeah. And this is what I mean with this. My biggest thing about this game too was like, why pick, in my opinion, your star player when you're the underdog, at least? Like if you're ahead, whatever. Like mid one's probably this team's star player, right? And the second picked him Storm. But like, look, they probably practiced this Storm Nyx, and like, they know it's hard to deal with, and they know that this inexperienced team might not know how to deal with it, and they didn't. Like they picked Storm or they picked Quap into Storm because it wins the mid lane, but it doesn't versus this dual lane when he has our useless Riki versus the useful Nyx. And as you can see, the Nyx even got some of his own CS. The Storm's really far ahead. And Quap has some denies, but at the end of the day, denies don't matter that much. I guess he has some more experience on this guy, but that's probably because the Nyx was taking a lot, and now the Nyx is going to be level 6 by 10 minutes, and that'll free up the tome for the Coddle even, if he wants to. And the Storm's like a little bit behind, but it doesn't really matter. I feel like Storm farms jungle faster anyways, and the bigger thing is that the Riki's behind. Like the Nyx is sure taking some experience, but it doesn't matter, if that makes sense. The Nyx's levels are more important than the Storm having one more level in the Quap. Especially when the Storm's getting more farm than the Quap, which matters more in my opinion. Because if it's a 1v1, and Quap wins the lane and gets that early Orchid, Storm's gonna have to itemize weird. He won't be able to get his Bloodstone that he wants and stuff. So it just makes a lot of sense what they did. And then yeah, so they first picked Benjaz, this Void. So he has a Ring of Health, and right here I was like, I don't know, I was like, whatever. I said, because with my friends, because we were still arguing, and I was like, first item Diffusal, whatever. I don't really get it, but maybe he just, I don't know, lots of damage, I guess, but like it doesn't really do, the mana burn doesn't do too much here or anything. He can't use it himself anymore. Doesn't make that much sense to me, but I was still saying to my friends, one of his first 2 items are going to be with this Ring of Health. But my point is, this Void, their star player, who I've never seen play this hero, is just, like on this hero, they first picked him this hero that he has no idea what he's doing on. Here's another thing to note. You'll note it more in the next game that I go over with Benjaz and the game 2 of the series. He doesn't tread switch a lot. He stayed on Agi while you TP'd. You can go in while you TP because TP takes mana. MP though has lots of farm. Diffusal makes sense. It synergizes on a hero. They can mana burn. Here's a really good PL game, by the way. I guess in a way. All this mana burn synergy. You mana leak someone, you mana burn them. PL hits them with Diffusal. They have no mana. They get stunned by the mana burn. They have no mana. They can't cast any spells. PL does less damage when people are out of mana. You can watch my PL videos if you want to know more about what I'm saying. But he does less damage because he won't get the mana burn like damage, because you get more damage when you're burning their mana. So each attack burns 50 mana and deals 0.8 physical damage per mana burn. So so when they're out of mana, you're not getting that 0.8 physical damage per mana burn anymore. Is what I'm trying to say. So there's a bit of anti-synergy, but I think the synergy outweighs the anti-synergy with that. They get the tower on the seeds. They didn't get the deny. That's unfortunate. So he buys the Perseverance. He unqueues up his Diffusal. He queues both Lincolns. I'm gonna look back at that. So keep that in mind. He queued up a Diffusal, and then he bought a Percy and queued up a Lincolns. All right, and let's just look though. Puppy has a buckler. It might be casual. He does that a lot. The Nyx just bought boots. He had no boots until that. He had Naked Soul Ring for a while, and he has the tome queued up. Did they not buy it yet? I don't know. I feel like maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe it's bugged. They just bought the tome now for the Riki, who now gets his level 6 off it. Nyx is a level higher than him, and I don't think they've used their tome yet. The Rubik is level 6 before the Riki, and the Riki is like the built-in invis and no stun or anything. This Nyx is just having way more impact than the Riki. So far, in my opinion, let's just look at scoreboard 204 or 024. So he's in 4 of the 4 kills. He's in 100% of his team's kills. So is the PL. Good play by him with the TPing on the bot lane dives. He got 2 assists there, or 2 kills there. Not sure what he got. But the Rubik is in 3 of the 5, this guy's in 2, the Ricky's in 4. The Ricky's in as many kills as the Nyx, I guess, and died 1 time less, so I guess it's not too bad for him, but you just look at the mid lane, look at the CS, you know, look at the net worth over here. The enemy scores are at the highest. It's not too far ahead on the Storm, but yeah, and then the Shaker's ahead too, tied with the Quap basically, and the other Titan's a bit behind, even though he solo killed his lane, and then just look at the Coddle's net worth too, compared to the other team's like 4 position. I'll keep it on net worth now for the rest of the game too. And the Ricky has no Wraithband or anything, and he ends up buying 2, an Aquila and a Wraithband. Just so much so much gold on like useless things in a way. So enemies are taking their top tower. They broke the trees down, it looks like, so they can see if people are TPing. They don't defend theirs. It's just they want the safe trade or whatever. If you TP and don't have numbers, you can just die. But I feel like they maybe could have because their trees were still up and stuff. But they thought it was just better to take the trade and not risk it. They're going on the Storm mid here. He tries to get out of the cloud and yep, he gets away. Quap has his Veil, and now he's going Orchid. So by the time he gets this Orchid second item, if he goes Treads 2 after Veil, it's going to be too late. Storm will already have items to deal with it, in my opinion. PL is doing standard item build. He went for the Spirit Lance damage with his Treads build. I mean, not standard skill build is what I meant to say. His item build's a bit odd. He went for the Torments and then the Treads. And then he goes for the Diffusal, and here's 1 Wraithband up on the Ricky that I talked about. The Rubik can't do much. In my opinion, he's far behind. I feel like these supports do way more with less gold, and he almost has a 4 staff now on Coddle. Coddle's playing alone. This is how you play support nowadays. It might not work that much in pubs. I don't know, but it probably would. So here, let's just watch this. This is like super important. Like me and my friends talk about this a lot, and I've heard some pros talk about it a lot. This is how you like play Dota. This patch on support. He's just bot, pushing out this lane. Look at this. We're just gonna watch this Coddle for a bit. People might be dying top. There might be a fight top. Coddle on top actually. But so before Coddle leaves top or leaves bot, he kills a bunch of creep waves, gets himself a bunch of gold. He's way higher than the enemy support. And then this creep wave is going to kill this siege, and then this next creep wave, and that creep wave are going to kill this creep wave over and hit the tower and do a lot of damage. So someone's going to have to react to this. Let's see what Quap does actually when he spawns. Someone has to go bot, but he can't because he has to go fight. That's what I wanted to see, if he would go to fight or go bot. So now look at mid. Mid's in, bot's in, and both of those are siege waves, and they still got 2 kills top. And I'm not even, I guess Puppy probably helped, but like now the Elder Titan goes bot, has no mana. He has a Soaring, I guess. He might get some of the farm. Siege is hitting his tower. Tower's taking lots of damage. Mid tower took a lot of damage. And the Quap just TP'd here and did nothing. And he's doing this item build that he's going to fall behind with. It's a fighting item build. It doesn't really scale that well with the Veil Treads. And he's just not, like, he's not doing anything with it, his fighting build. They have double invis. Let's see if this gank even amounts to anything. They're diving past the shrine. They probably know the shrine is down since they were just fighting top, and it's likely that he used it maybe. He breaks the invis and just takes a Satyr camp. He ults the courier right there. That was actually a good play in my opinion. My friends sort of questioned it when it happened. But let's see. Let's play perspective actually, because that's what we were talking about, my friends. So he sees it. It could be a player perspective bug or whatever. But I feel like he clicked on the courier, saw it had a lot of things, and didn't want to risk right-clicking it. I don't know. It looked like he maybe did. But so that's why he ulted it. But I feel like he could have just right-click killed it. But like if he saw all these things on it, it's worth for sure using your ult to kill that. It has a completed 4 staff, a completed diffusal, a smoke, a ward, and 3 TPs on it. So it could have been worth it to just ult it, but I feel like he could have right-clicked it too. I'll show it one more time, I guess. Because he's here, and he has blink up, so he could hit it once right there, but he didn't, and then he could have blinked and hit it again. But the haste makes it really fast too, so maybe he just wanted to ult it before they reacted and hasted the courier. Let's see if the haste was up even, though. Last thing. Oh, it was actually down. So yeah, he for sure could have right-click killed it, but he didn't know that the haste was down either. So it's sort of safer to just ult it, and maybe he clicked on it and saw it was enough things that he warranted wanting to ult it over, just try to right-click it and it potentially living. They're going on the Void, so here's what I said, we get back to the Void. So now he has a Battle Fury queued up. He had a Diffusal queued up, bought a Percy, had a Linken's queued up, queues up a Battle Fury. Has a point in his W, on 8 strength talent, that's pretty standard I think. Doesn't have an Aquila or anything either. Let's see where his net worth's at. He's actually the highest on his team. That's pretty bad for the team. I feel like you'd want to have like a Battle Fury by now if you were rushing Battle Fury with these items. But he's not even like rushing it because he doesn't even know what he's doing. Storm is just diving close to Bloodstone. He's comfortable with how much mana he has and survivability and his team behind him, and with the Coddle Burst too. Burst mana, that was a good pick on the Coddle. It synergizes well with the Nyx, and then they got a second phase Shaker, which I think could have potentially been banned or should have potentially been banned. And then they had the Storm Nyx first too. Coddle is good with Storm. It's fine with Nyx, I guess. It pushes out waves sort of if you're doing a 4-position Nyx, which you might need because you're going to lack wave push. And then Coddle PL is an old synergizing combo. PL also synergizes with the PL. And then they got a Shaker's just a really good hero right now, so their pictures make way more sense. They did an offlane Elder Titan. They first did Void Elder Titan, offlane, and carry is what they ended up playing. They wanted to leave it open-ended so the enemies wouldn't know what they're doing, but I don't think they even knew what they were doing. Is their problem with here right for me. And then they end up doing the Void safe lane, and he doesn't have any items yet, doesn't know what he even wants. The Elder Titan almost has a Solar Crest, which who cares? The PL has so many illusions that some of them are going to hit. You can't all miss, and he has a Solar Crest now. PL has a Diffuse on Curry, he's going Heart next. I saw someone else do this build in this tournament too. I think it was Raven, he did the Treads, Diffusal Heart. But I don't think he ends up going the Heart in this game, I think he ends up buying a Blink. But yeah, I don't know. He has his 2 Wraith Bands now, like what does that do? He has 2 Wraith Bands. Coddle has Force, 1200 gold, Buckler. And he's like their 4 position effectively here. And this is their 4 position. And Coddle is just pushing out waves and farming the entire game. Like, let's just watch this Coddle more, like what I'm saying. Because like he's forcing the team by, like right now he's not. He's just farming jungle because he wants the courier to come up probably and they don't really want to do anything. He doesn't really see anyone. But now he's going to go push waves out. Blast this wave. Now the enemies have to deal with this. They have to deal with this. Or it's just going to like go into their tower. Look, they're missing all this farm. Because they're all top trying to get a T1 at 20 minutes. It's still going to push because this wave's low now because of the blast. It's still going to push because this wave's low because of the blast. And now they're going to set up because the wave's already out. The enemies pressured their top T1. That's what they did. Well, the Coddle pushed. He blasted the mid wave once. Look what that one mid blast did. Its towers now taking a lot of damage from the Illusion Rune and Siege. And now they're all here. Now they all had to react because they took too long. They had to have like 3 people react instead of just like 1. But like that's what that one blast did. And now look, he's top now. Blast this wave. This has to be dealt with. This has to be dealt with. Ricky can't deal with it because their support's a Ricky. Maybe he actually can. But they dive because they see the Ricky dealing with it probably. They kill the guy. Let's just see when they dove too. So the Ricky it's slower for sure than like other heroes. So they're going here. The Ricky's hitting creeps. They know Ricky's top. They go in. Stun people, try to kill people. The Void now has went back for the Lincolns after he went Battle Fury. So he went, or after he queued up Battle Fury, he's back to Lincolns. Has no idea what he wants. Has no idea what he thinks he needs. I just don't think he plays this hero. And I think he's like their star player kind of, and like they're not that experienced enough that they can get away with this Storm Nyx. Like that core first too, like this, and they picked 2 cores first too. They left it open ended, but like in the end it doesn't matter because it's 2 heroes that sort of get countered by the same thing. Heroes that can dodge Chrono, can dodge the stomp and stuff like that, like I mentioned in the draft. Now they're really far ahead. Yeah, PL ended up going for the blink. That's just an old build. You can sort of buy extra time to get your blink to come up with your W. It sort of helps you initiate in, and then you can use your W to escape out. Storm's not having that great of a game even either. Like, I mean, 10 Bloodstone charges. Now he's going BKB, but it doesn't matter. He's still like highest net worth and stuff. Now he has phase boots on Ricky. Like, what does that do compared to this Coddle who has more farm than his hard carry? And they don't even have any T3s. It's just from T2s. And this Coddle just split pushing these waves. He went Mana Boots. He's going Guardian Greaves. He has a Force Staff. He had an early Buckler. Casual Buckler that he kept, or he ended up upgrading. I guess that wasn't casual, but just his pushing waves is just forcing the enemies sort of where they want. If they don't go where they want, their towers just get chipped at. And now look, they have no towers, and the enemy in Radiant still has all their towers up. He's on a killing spree, but it doesn't matter. Like, he has his Orchid now, but Storm is going to have his BKB soon. They Chrono to run. Their 2-minute cooldown, more than 2-minute cooldown, they used a run. There's a Lincolns now. He queues up a Maelstrom, buys a 24-minute wand. I don't know. I feel like that's basically the whole replay. The Coddle pushing out this wave was game winning in its own, and then the picks I talked about a lot, which I think was huge in this. PL just farmed and now he has items and he's online, and they second to last picked PL, so they knew they were comfortable taking it late versus Queen of Pain, Void Elder Titan, plus whatever it would be an offlane support carry. They didn't really know at that point, and I don't even think that Infamous knew at that point. Just diving people, they're just so far ahead now. Even though mid one doesn't have much Bloodstone charges, he's dying to the Orchid, but like the Orchid came too late kind of with the Veil, but I'm not saying that it was bad or anything, it's just like the lane was bad. And we can just look at the like impact of forward positions again, I think, because I find that to be important. Here we can look at carry impact, 263 on Void, 5010 on PL. PL's in every single kill still. Right now, he still is actually. He was in that one too. PL's in every single kill on his team actually. Like, I'm not even a mid one fan, but I mean not a mid one, MP fan. I'm not a big MP fan. I think he's one of the weaker carries in this tournament. But like this game, you can just tell how well he's playing. Like, every single kill. Shaker's in 13 of 16. Yabsaur hasn't died since we last looked. I think Infamous Matthew only died one time, but yeah, he hasn't died at all on Yabsaur since we last looked in. He's on 11 of their kills, and he's in 5 out of 8 now. But like, I don't know, he's been in 1 more kill, and Yabsaur's been in like 10 more. Not 10. Like 8 more maybe or something. Get an Aegis now. Aegis on Storm. Aegis is good on Storm. He has Bloodstone. He gets full mana when he spawns. DD bot. Don't know if they see it. Doesn't look like they do. Infamous's wards are on it. Quad TPs to get the DD bottled. He has a gem queued up because they need it, I guess, and no one else can afford to buy it. He has a second Wraith Band and an Aquila and Phase Boots on Ricky. Coddle has Guardian Greaves and a Force Staff. Like, that would be like decent farm for an offlaner. Like, he's more farm than their offlaner even though, but I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like that's a bit low for a standard offlane, but like they're just ahead and this offlaner is behind. Obviously he's on the losing team, so yeah. I'm just gonna speed this up a bit. They just push out waves, make sure all waves are in, probably go for T3, maybe go for shrines depending on whether or not how many heroes they kill. Dyer's like YOLO smoke ganking. They work at the Nyx, they actually end up killing him. He's going Maelstrom on Void. Quaps has a gem queued up in a BKB, might go for the BKB. Sending illusions at heroes. Yeah, it's your Nyx who died though, so it doesn't matter that much. He's tanky, he got all the vision. They didn't use really anything on him other than the Orchid. The DD is still saved. They have Vendetta stolen too actually, so that's a little worse than it could have been. They're looking for the PL. Trying to set up on him. Shaker's in a really good position. This is how you sort of want to play your offlaner like this. And he takes the invis, so now they know that the guy was around. You want to just sit behind your carry, so if they go on him, you blink and stun them, or stun them with Fissure, then blink. And they end up killing the Rubik actually. I don't know why he was still there. Oh, they placed a sentry. Look at that. He takes the bounty rune. Let's see. Let's see if that was worth it for this Rubik. So he takes the bounty rune, gets pinged out, so he gets, what was that? Did it say 106? 106 gold. Whatever. It's not too bad space, I guess. He gives him 240, probably more with assist gold. Here, we can check fight recap. Like 400 gold, he loses 124. So he lost the bounty rune gold though, but they lost 100 on placing the sentry, but now they're confident to do other things, like kill the Void at their Ancients with Vendetta, scouting it out, and ball lightning over and a Fissure from range, because they know that they're 4v5 at best, or at worst, or whatever, you know, they can't have the Rubik up unless he flies back, of course. And here they go, they got bot going their side, they got mid here, they got top going in, they have 2 people dead, they're looking for more, they have lots of mobility with the ball lightning, they still have Aegis, so all waves are coming in. They got a T2 bot they could get, but they want a T3 right now, and they could back for shrines. They know Chrono's up, they know everything's up, they might back, let's see, they might keep going. They're confident that they can keep going. PL blinks out, maybe they're not. They're hitting the melee a lot, yeah, and they, oh, no, they're going to fight more. I feel like they can just go get shrines in the bot T2. But just look at the Coddle's net worth, still higher than the Void. Ball into the Quap. Pull him, no BKB on the Quap yet. Blinks in the trees. They cut down the trees and try to find him. They couldn't though. Chrono comes out. So many illusions. Don't know which one to hit. Alt. Q. He mantas off the dagger. Diving more. Not much to say. They're just so far behind now. 16k gold. Let's look at the graphs too. Just for like the entire game. Their supports just farm more too. Like the Caudle can push out all these waves and farm with blast, and then the enemies have to react to it, and they can't play how they really want to. And they just first pick their carry on a hero he's not really comfortable on, in my opinion. Not even going for shrines, taking another tier 3. Ricky dies in the back. They don't have Aegis anymore. They get timed out. Maybe he lost it. Not sure. Quap dies top solo to the Shaker. Quap has to push out waves because they're so far behind. They still have this T1 in mid and T1 top. So he's trying to push out waves, assuming that a lot of them are bot. But Shaker's actually top and just solo kills them. Nyx comes to try to help, but it didn't even need it. No Quap. They dive Rubik now. It's Quap down. Quap has buyback. Void has buyback. They're not even using it. They're giving another lane up right now. No backdoor or anything. They're taking the final lane mid. They're not even using buybacks. They don't even think they can fight. Oh, that's not the final lane. Whoops. Final lane taken down. They just dive more. Live, don't even die. He could TP home now. Oh, he doesn't have a TP. Still trying to chase him. They can't, though. He suicides, heals his team. It's over. GG's called. Didn't die on PL. What is that? 27 kills? 27 out of 28 kills? 0 deaths? Not too sure what I should say at the end of this, since it's not any specific heroes. I can show the supports, I guess, for this real quick. So here you can see the Caudle has a Buckler, the Rookie has an Orb of Venom, the Caudle has a Force Staff. A courier died actually, so the Caudle has a Force Staff around like this point. See, like right here, he probably has a Force Staff, but the courier dies. Rookie has a Wraith Band. Caudle has a Force Staff and a Buckler. Rookie has a Wraith Band and a Wand. And an Orb of Venom that he started with. He gets a second Wraith Band. Caudle gets a Mech. He farmed a Wraith Band. Caudle farmed a Mech. I guess he already had the Buckler, but you get the point. He gets Phase Boots. Caudle gets Mana Boots. He gets Aquila. Caudle gets Greaves. Just this 4-position hero farms way faster than this one. And yeah. Forces them around the map. So I think the losing team in this game should have probably picked way differently than they did. Should have saved their carry for their last pick probably, since they had the final pick. And I think he's like their star player. The Quap pick made sense when they picked it, but their 4-position player should have been something that could have dealt with this Nyx Storm mid, since it's kind of obvious, in my opinion, if you've like seen Secret play this Nyx mid a lot, and the Storm obviously is going to the mid lane. And this Caudle, I think, just did way more than the Rookie. Like the early game, the Caudle was like the... Let's check starting items. So yeah, as you see, they started with the Caudle being like the 5, and the Nyx being the 4. But since Caudle just farms so much faster and needs these bigger items, and can farm the bigger items better than a 4-position Nyx can, they sort of just switched. But the Nyx needed the starting gold more, so he could do more in the mid lane. But so they sort of switched their 4 and 5 after the laning stage, and then so that's why I was comparing the Rookie to both of them, because the Rookie was more useful than the Nyx in the early game, in the mid lane as you saw, and then the Caudle was more useful than the Rookie when he switched to 4 in the mid game into the late game. Like, just look, he has almost as much CS as his carry on the Caudle. So for main goals this game, I feel like the Radiant, since they're sort of doing this aggro dual lane, and they plan on winning that top lane then, and they feel like the Nyx is going to force the Rookie to stay mid, and that he's going to be more useful than the Rookie. And so I don't know what Dire can really do. I guess the Rookie should just accept after a Sentry Ward gets dewarded that he can not do anything mid anymore and leave the lane, go help bot and try to shut down the Earthshaker a lot, because King Tekko's already slightly winning that lane. And then it became even after he killed him, because when he killed him he had to walk all the way to base, and he can just TP back in. So if the Rookie's bot, maybe they can win that lane harder. And they sort of did alright top, but it was like a dual lane versus dual lane, and the greedier lane wins then. And like if it goes even, the greedier lane wins. And the greedier lane was the Caudle PL, and that was the lane that ended up winning. I mean, so I feel like they won, even though it was even. Their lane's way greedier, scales better, does more mid game. So in my opinion, that lane has won for them by just going even. And mid lane was won. So I think Infamous should have focused way more on shutting down that Earthshaker, because the Earthshaker was also part of the reason why the Void kept dying in the mid game. So I guess that's all my thoughts on that game. Thanks for watching this replay analysis from TI7. This was game 1 of Team Secret versus Infamous in the group stage from Group A. And next video will be Team Secret versus Infamous game 2. And here's a spoiler, because this is just to help you learn, not to entertain you, really. But Infamous does end up winning, and they do a lot of the things that I felt like they should have done, but they still make some mistakes, and they sort of almost throw the game multiple times. So it'll be a good game to watch as well, seeing how you sort of come back from this disadvantage. I mean, it's just a 2-game series, and each game is a point, so it doesn't matter that much if you are down or whatever, but like each game matters, so each win. So you'll see how they came back in game 2 for the series and tied it up 1-1 or whatever. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below.